Reflecting on the past 10 years at the helm of the country's central bank, Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago is of the view that through all the economic challenges that have beset the country, the SARB had done all its best to live up to its constitutional mandate.
When one looks back, we had difficult situations economically that we had to deal with. And globally, we had faced challenges as a central bank, and I could categorically say we acted true to our mandate, and we did that independently and without fear or favor.
The governor talked about a number of concerns that he and his colleagues have had to contend with as they look to implement monetary policy, including the structural constraints in the local economy which continue to hamper economic growth, but also the impact of external forces on key things like the local currency.
As a small open economy that South Africa is, the monetary policy decisions of the developed world now have got a disproportionate influence on the behavior of our exchange rate. So every time there is an indication that the Federal Reserve might be cutting rates or might not be cutting rates, you see the South African rand moving in different directions.
Kganyago has been a keen advocate of bringing down the SARB's 3 to 6% inflation target, arguing that there's no virtue to be had in high inflation, given that it erodes the value of the money in citizens' pockets. He says no final decision has been taken as yet on what a new inflation target will look like, but that there are moves to bring it down in consultation with National Treasury, adding that significant technical work is underway in this regard.
The important thing is to make sure that the process to arrive at the target is robust, is evidence-based. You identify the risks attendant to the movement towards that target. You are able to set a timeline to achieve that target. And importantly, that you have in the toolbox of the central bank the ability to mitigate against the risks that might be associated with the move towards the target.
Meanwhile, the governor says the SARB should be presenting its strategic vision to Parliament for the next 5 years up to 2030, sometime in July this year. Lesetja Kganyago, SABC News, Johannesburg.